Cancer, hello, welcome to 2021. Happy New Year. This will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising from the 7th of January all the way to the end of the month. And during the first week of January already, there was like an eye-opener, and that came with a sort of cautious optimism, let's say. There was an eye-opener on something that was completed within yourself, and through that also some kind of way of loving the other or being in relationship with the other one-on-one that came to completion. So for some of you, of course, this might have been a breakup. This might have been a decision to end a relationship or something that was becoming a relationship. For some of you, that might have been a deeper commitment. All these things are just binary expressions of the same essence. But 2020 broke many illusions on the couple, and codependency has been addressed for Cancer, attachment to how the other makes us feel. And then as we come into January, you know, there's this thing that where you were very focused on career and on your role as a parent or a person of authority or as a student, the traditional stuff, you know, the role that society would define you as, the way the world would see you as. You're not going to make more space in January for friends, community building, and also setting up one of those long-term goals, you know, like how you're gonna, like the 7-year plan, the 14-year plan, the 28-year plan, because we just embarked upon a new cycle. So let's see what we have here for Cancer. Okay. Yeah, so we come into the month with the first week probably there was a bit of caution, you know, because there's a few things to get clear upon. The 30th of the month is going to be an amazing day to set intentions on actually telling yourself, this is what I want for my main relationship. So the classical romantic idea of society, you know. And some of you might decide consciously to spend some time alone and to commit to that, the original, like the way we came, unless you're a twin, of course. So getting clear on what you want mid-month is going to be important. There might be some kind of offer in the air as you enter the month where you would like to get some clarity on, as from the 7th, when you are perhaps receiving these messages. So it's possible to meet someone. It's very much there, that energy. However, it's what you decide, and I feel you coming into the month with a sort of contemplation on things. Like there are circumstances that made you want to sit down with some kind of idea, offer. This can be related also to your long-term goals and the things that you have set up in your career over the last 6 months, your entrepreneurship and the way you're going to self-realize, because some of you might have gotten into the idea of having their own business, even if you're a student or retired, having like a little extra thing where you are your own boss, and you're very good bosses, Cancer, so that could be a very empowering thing for you. And then now it's about that long-term commitment towards it. We have some good cards here coming up, 10 of Pentacles and the High Priestess towards the end of the month. I'm going to draw the challenge and the outcome as well. Meanwhile, what I'm getting here is that, yes, getting clear on what you want, and people can see you as somebody who is a very good emotional soundboard, somebody who listens and who is able to be present. And you're asked to be in your power here, because there is great abundance waiting for you here with the 10 of Pentacles. This is also community, intergenerational contact. The 28th of the month is going to be your best day, Cancer. At the end of the month, you might actually come into some kind of money, whether it be an inheritance, a tax refund, a grant you applied for. I mean, on the 29th and 30th, I see you feeling very lucky. If you would be into playing the lottery, it would be a very, very good moment for you to do so. Of course, I'm not responsible for that, but I'm seeing some very good energies, and at the end of the month, you being in a sort of spiritual power where you get some knowledge through the elements. So going into nature would be really good for you, and connecting to water and earth, which is soul, and Cancer is a very soulful sign. It's the sign where we enter into incarnation. It is the mother before she gives birth. So let's see what fell out here. What's the message? Three of Swords. So you've been hurt in love by opinions of another, by opinions or by a situation that involved multiple people, and there has been a discussion about that, but you have such a big heart and the heart is still beating, but you feel a bit wounded about that, as I'm seeing, and you're working through that in the beginning of the month. Nice. So with the King of Swords here and the King of Wands in the second week, your challenge is like, okay, how can I really decide from the flame of my heart? Because you have this wounded waiting energy in the beginning of the month. So as we move forward in the second week, you're a lot stronger already. You are seeing the spiritual meaning of the obstacle or the situation that you encountered in the first week or at the end of last year. Because this was just merely setting up the challenge that is going to unfold over the next 2.5 years, as I see it here. And this challenge, it's the challenge of life, of course, what we do every day as we create this work of art that is our life. But it's about all the things. It's not just love separated, work separated. These things come together. Now, some of you that are in a committed relationship, this is a second half of the month is a very fertile moment. So it's something to think about. It might have been in your atmosphere, or maybe it is a point of discussion as well with your partner, whether that is something that you envision in your future to have children. Now, and the sacrifice that would come with that, of course. So these things might be playing here. And so this is about really getting clear on what you want so you can consciously step into the rest of your life. And it's also about self-love and how you can love yourself better for it to reflect in your relationships or in another capacity to give birth to the inner child, the soul, and give birth to a child. Because we have this High Priestess here, which also talks about initiation spiritual, but also initiation astral. And astral initiation, emotional initiation, in our generation, still in our time, space and time continuum, our dot on it, we are still being initiated through children. So that is something to think about. Obviously, if you're very young, this might be on a more abstract level. Let's see how. I feel like. Okay, so in the beginning of the month, nice. You've made this choice, right? Wow, okay, Cancer, it's going on for you. So I see you making this choice. There was something that you did not really fully saw or dare to see about your partner or the situationship you find yourself into, or about yourself if this is a solo moment for you when it comes to love. There is also something about a partner, a business partner, or a colleague, somebody you worked with, like an open relationship that where a choice needed to be made. So this is possible as well, and that there is a factor brought to light that puts you in this place where you're like, listen, I have to think about it. So if we would read this in a love context, you've been hurt and you're gonna make a choice, and you're gonna decide pretty early in the month to go for what your heart desires and to get clarity, because we have here the King of Swords. And then inspiration and abundance is there, because indecisiveness is the worst crime to oneself. It depletes us, it exhausts us. So I see you deciding here in the second week. And so that moment is of the past and you are moving on from there. And I like that for you, because look at this. This is one happy family. It's all the cups full in a rainbow in the sky. So here you're like, yeah, it's happening, life. It's happening in a very, very good way. And we have, of course, this is continued by the 10 of Pentacles. So what does this tell me is when you feel it, Cancer, you are a master manifester. You can create anything you want. I apologize for the sound outside. A helicopter in Montezuma, that doesn't happen very often. I'm gonna let it pass. So as you move in with, as you come to this space of like, actually I have all the resources within me to feel super happy, to feel complete, within, so without, it will reflect quite instantly for you. If you set that intention 12, 13, 14 of the month, you will immediately see the results here. And then look at this challenge. I mean, there it's going on. So this is you nurturing something and asking yourself, how can I best nurture this? This might be in relationship to your children, to a child that is coming into the family, or to parenting and creating community here. You are you're kind of the center of reason here, and somebody whom people look up to as a force of as somebody who really knows timing. So I see you being very, very productive, precise, and abundant in the 3rd week of the month. I see you also negotiating something. This can be with your love partner in regards to the children, but it's good news. Or it can be with a business partner where you're going to find a middle ground. And I see you doing that beautifully here, because there will be a shine about you and other people are going to see that, Cancer, and I like that for you. So there is the 14th is going to be a very good day if you need to do a business negotiation. And I feel like the things you're going to decide, the partnerships you're going to decide upon, as from the second half of the month, you can understand that, okay, these are people, they have their own stuff, and there will be adjustments that need to be made while the partnership is evolving, but you are going to connect yourself to the right people, and because you're going to be focused on the long-term goal and what can be a fruitful collaboration. And this I'm really liking for you, because then at the end of the month it's going down. You're going to feel like, okay, if 2020 broke many illusions on the couple and on relationships and all of that, attachments, this is, you're kind of done with something. There's something that you're gonna sacrifice, and this might be a relationship, it might not be your main one, but I see you going out of the month here with a situation where you have this really deep insight, and it's like an insight of the ages, you know. It's like, oh wow, okay, it's like you get a download from Atlantean times or even Lemurian times with the High Priestess, and you just see everything for what it truly is, and you see your position in it, and you see, okay, this is just like or dislike, whatever, you know. If it's working, it's working, and then I'll adapt my personality. And with that, this sacrifice can be a part of your personality, of course, that you're gonna let go of. It's not really an integration, it's something that you're gonna let go of. And sometimes when we let go of a part of self, that goes with people flowing out of our lives. And you're very faithful, like loyal person, Cancer. Loyal people, really like holding the space together, holding like family oriented. Here with that, I see you making some kind of sacrifice to go towards a transition. So some of you are going to decide to end a relationship, to end a commitment. Some of you are just going to bury an old self that is no longer serving you. So in my opinion, my belief system, you can have multiple lives in one life, and personality is something that we grow and adapt into something hopefully beautiful. And that's what you're doing here, Cancer. So at the end of the month, there is this deep insight on an adjustment that you make in your life, and you're gonna make that adjustment, and you're gonna thread forward from a space that is so clean for you, and that is so beautiful, you know, because you have this consciousness of the heart, and it doesn't divide. It's the healing love of the sun. We all have a heartbeat, and you're gonna see and feel that, and I like that for you. Also, this money coming in might be something that you have been waiting for, and you're going to see the potential of creation if you really let go of the past, if you no more attachments to no more codependency as well, equal relationship, equal partnerships, and from a base of spirituality and genuine emotion and care. And that's really something you're gonna have to need to see reflected in the other to be able to go for it. For those who are single, I would like to have some extra love messages, because it's so yes, it's so interesting what's going on for you, actually. It's a beautiful unfoldment here. Really good news, actually. You're not gonna end the month the way you begin it. There's definitely an evolution and a big middle where a chunk of work is done. King of Wands, you know, this is you as the entrepreneur. So I do feel that some of you are setting up a business, have set up a business, and are going to make that business thrive, or going to feed it, nurture it, hire the right people, be in right relationship, meet the right people, connect to community, and decide really well on who you are going to mix your energy with. So let's see. So for those who are single, Cancer that are single, I would like to get some messages. And then we're gonna go into the committed relationship for Three of Cups. So the single ones, there is definitely an energy of love, of celebration that can unfold. Also with the Ten of Cups here, that can unfold into a situation in the second half of the month where you meet someone new. This person can be an Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo. Leo energy is here. And it will be somebody who is open-hearted and who is looking to basically buy you a drink because it's all the cups full, you know. It's a beautiful harmony here between those two people, and it's gonna feel pretty good. But you're optimistic about it, but you're also a bit cautious in the beginning. A bit cautious. So place your hand on your heart here, Cancer, and really feel into it, and know that your emotions, you own them, nobody is responsible for them, and you know they will always be there in the background, even when you're feeling very clear and centered, like the King of Swords here. So take it step by step. Do not rush into it. The Sun. So this is really good news. It's a healing, it's somebody who comes in to heal. Can be a Leo as well, or an artist, or somebody who is slightly younger than you. There's gonna be a lot of communication. So with that as well, like if there is a sort of haste to make it happen, take a breather, take a step. Ask yourself, what do I want? Does this person want it too? And take it easy, Cancer. Nice, because with the Nine of Cups, actually it's super good news. This is a wonderful love match, as we would call it in Indian astrology. Nice. Then I'd like to get some messages for, let me use another deck, for those who are in a committed relationship. And health-wise is good. I see you being moderate. Some of you might have gone on a fast in the beginning of the month, or some kind of cleanse. But I'm seeing you being really good, nurturing yourself really good, mothering yourself really good, eating well, drinking water, all the good things, right? Okay, this fell out. I guess that's happening. So for those who are in committed relationship, your spirit of discovery is going to be super important. Like how you, like seeing life as an open-ended proposition, basically. And also taking moments for yourself, Cancer. If you are in a committed relationship, like this is a time for you to decide what you want for the next 12 months in a relationship. So this is your moment to really plant the seed of your intention. And with that, to be feeling free, you know, feeling free in a love relationship. That's true love. Some of you might be going on a journey or on a retreat to kind of find that place within, and kind of find that place also of your independence, that knowing whatever happens, you are protected, you are safe, and you are well. And again, I see for those who are in a relationship, perhaps through the partner, perhaps it's your own money, but I see money coming in. So again, a card of meditation. So for those who are in a couple, and then these two cards here, Page of Wands and Knight of Wands. So definitely you're gonna want to break free. There is a willingness to break free. Of course, for some of you, I mentioned it, that might be like a separation going on. For others, it's going to be like, okay, what can we do to infuse this relationship with a sense of discovery and exploration? And you're gonna find that in January and go on that journey. I feel you're planning a trip, going on a holiday together, where you can also take time for yourself, where you can have some spaces where you can cultivate your inner flame, see what you want to create, and also stand within your power. All in all, a very powerful month for those who are in a committed relationship, to reconnect to what you actually want, to reconnect to self. And this will have started right at the beginning of the month, right at the end of the last month, actually December. So thank you so much for being here, Cancer. I have also a year ahead reading. I will link that on the end screen. And then I hope to read you in the comments. That really gives me so much joy. And I would like to know how this plays out for you, of course. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. Namaste.